Marco, thanks for sitting down with me. You're a busy man these days with, I bet, the most appointments of all people here. We're here at the ISF World Seed Congress 2023 in Cape Town, and you hear the buzz of the trade floor in the background. Why is it so important that the ISF Congress comes to Africa?
Well, in the first place, I have to say that it's more than 20 years ago that we have been in Africa, in South Africa at that time, in Sun City, and we have been away too long. It's great to see the potential of this continent. It has huge challenges, but also great opportunities. And I think what we can do here together with our partners and basically the members, the traders, is to showcase how the seed sector can contribute to basically food production and food security, even in a challenging environment as Africa obviously is, for many different reasons. And yeah, it was about time that we would be back here. And I hear, and you hear it as we speak, this buzz. People are really thrilled. And I hear that from many people that we are here back in Africa, in Cape Town.
Absolutely, I heard the same thing. So the ISF Congress keeps providing each year more service, newer innovations for the participants. What would you say are the biggest eye-openers of this Congress?
Well, you know, this is the first time that we opened the Congress for non-members. So during the first day, journalists that signed up for it could participate. Mm-hmm. We have farmers, we have students.
Fantastic.
And the nice thing is that we are creating a different dialogue then. So our big strive for the ISF Congress is to get connected and get better engaged with society, with stakeholders, because we have a lot to offer, but we also need to be challenged, and we need to collaborate with partners in order to get that done. And those discussions take place here right now, and that is really I would say the new thing. And it works pretty well, I have to say.
Yeah. Fantastic. We have one more day to go tomorrow. When the people go home after the Congress, what do you hope they remember?
I hope that we can keep this vibe, which we are currently experiencing. Yep. And that people see the opportunity of the African continent. We have a lot of talks about seed resilience, about what we can do to improve the accessibility for African farmers to quality seed. And I hope that all the partners here, all the delegates, that they also feel that even with small actions, they can make impact if we just connect and collaborate. And the fantastic thing is there are so many of those partners here around that are also willing to help and to support. So if you just make the right connections and you make small steps, we can create really impact. And secondly, I hope if people leave, is that they realize that Africa and South Africa is a fantastic continent and country, and that it's really worthwhile to come back.
Yeah, staying a bit on Africa as a continent, I think most people consider Africa the #1 growth continent, also for the seed sector. What kind of activities is ISF doing in Africa?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, Marcel. So basically, as I said, we are working on several seed resilience activities, seed resilience projects. So there is a project which we are setting up in Rwanda together with Fair Planet and local organizations, where we will demonstrate new varieties. We will test new varieties. We will test cultivation practices for vegetables, for field crops, and for potatoes. And basically, this should become a kind of showcase in order to show the world and the rest of Africa that with the proper enabling policies, we can build food systems. And we could copy-paste those activities. So that's one thing. Then we are discussing also with organizations like OECD
Yep.
about trainings for countries in order to get them acquainted with seed schemes, for example. In September this year, there is going to be a training in Senegal.
Okay.
There will be trainings organized also for trainers of African countries.
Okay.
So that is another example. The Seed for Food Coalition, in which ISF, Plantum, and some governments are collaborating in a kind of platform, a dialogue on how to create food systems and sustainable, resilient food systems. And we are seeking more partners for these platforms. So these are just 3 examples of the things that ISF is actively working on and engaging with. And dedicated, I would say, to the African market.
Fantastic. Really great to hear. Looking forward to the outcome.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt it will be successful. Also, your own company, Rijk Zwaan, is active in Africa. Can you share a bit about that?
Yeah, of course. So in the first place, we have a few subsidiaries in the northern part of Africa.
Okay.
Subsidiaries in Morocco, in Egypt. And then in sub-Saharan Africa, we have a facility in South Africa, here in the country. Okay. But the biggest activities we have in Tanzania, where we do breeding for African crops. So we are breeding African varieties for African farmers. And there are not so many breeding companies actually doing that. And this is really also needed. And I would also really call upon other companies to start doing the same. And next to that, in Tanzania, we do seed production for the world, basically.
Okay.
Producing high quality seeds, bringing that back to the Netherlands for processing, quality control, and for dispatch, distribution to the many countries where we are selling the seeds in.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Marco.